Hi everyone, Matt here. Please take a moment to read the video description. And this exercise session is suitable for those of you who are able to walk or stand independently. We are working on some functional movement today. This is part 4 of our functional movement exercise session. And today what we will need, equipment wise, we will need something lightweight. I've got a ball. You can use a cushion or anything that's fairly lightweight. Also some dumbbells, 1 or 2 you can use. Again, not too heavy, but just for a little bit of resistance. And finally, we're also going to do some down to the floor to up and standing as part of our functional movement today. So you can use your floor surface if you're happy to, or you can use a mat. So if you've got a yoga mat or anything you can put down on the floor just to give yourself a bit of cushion, that would be fab too. We'll get started with a full body warm up, just gently rotating side to side. Okay, good. Rotate and push the arms out and across your body now. And then reach your arms upwards. So alternate arms, just lifting them up nice and high. Well done, and just very gently lift those elbows up and lower your hands down again. So shrugging through your shoulders. And then softly bending side to side. Well done. Gently turn your hands under and over. And then squeeze your hands together and then open your hands. So squeeze and open. Very well done. Bring your hands up to your shoulders. So left to right, right to left. Just bring the hand over to touch the shoulder. Good, and then reaching the hand up towards the back of the head. Alternate sides. Fantastic, just gentle steps then, forwards and then back. So nice and steady, use support or assistance if you need to with your steps, keeping yourself upright and stable. So just nice and soft, forwards and backward steps. Good, and then side to side steps. So again, just bringing yourself gently across, moving your body out side to side. Fantastic, and then kick those heels back. So alternate legs, just gently kicking them back behind you. So moving your body nicely now. And then gently turn yourself round in a full circle. So a couple of times round, and then you can swap direction and go through the other way. And change again. So just keep it going nice and steady. Twice round, and then back again. Fantastic. So softly up and down on your tiptoes. And then bring your feet a bit wider and gently squat down, sit back and stand. Brilliant. Well done, everybody. Bring one foot forwards and then just gently dip both knees down and up. So working through your lunge. And this is going to support us with what we're doing later with standing up from the floor. Keeping your balance. Okay, change leg. So same on the other side, gently dip in, down and up through the knee. Very good, last one here, feet wide and just gently rock side to side, bend one knee, keep one leg straight. Moving your body weight across side to side. Okay, fantastic. Well done, everybody. We'll start with our light object. So I've got a ball. You can use a cushion or anything that doesn't weigh much at all. And what we're going to do is start with just some functional movement exercises. So we're going to be moving our object around us and passing it around as well. Okay, so we're going to start with both hands on your object. And what we're going to do first of all is just push it away from us and then bring it back. So no real resistance needed here. We're just working on our range of motion. So get those arms out as straight as you can away from your body. Good. Keep it going. And then bring the arms down. So this time we're going to do a straight arm raise, okay? So start with the arms down in front. We're going to raise it up and then down again. Okay, so out roughly, hands in front of your shoulders if you can reach that far, and then relax the ball down. If you want to introduce a bit more range of movement, then you can raise those arms slightly higher than your shoulders as you go through this one. Continue there, well done. So in terms of functional movement here, just working on raising objects away from the body. Quite a tough task to do, certainly not one you'd like to do with any real weighted objects. But the important thing is to keep your shoulders up nice and tall as you're raising, rather than arching either backwards or forwards. So just keeping the shoulders up tall, nicely supported. Going through a nice steady motion there. Okay, brilliant. Well done, everyone. Bring in your object to chest now. Again, and this time we're going to raise up from the chest. But by doing this, we're going to bend our knees slightly, take the pressure out of our lower back. So bend the knees very gently and then push up and down. We don't want to be pushing straight up above our head, because you'll notice you might arch in or out slightly. So we're working on pushing up nice and high in front of the eyes, as high as you are able to, with that slight bend in the knee, just keeping yourself well positioned, balanced and stable. Okay, fantastic. Well done. Our next exercise we're moving on to, we'll do this each side, so just one side at a time. We're working on something similar to a wood chop. Okay, not saying that it's one of your functional daily tasks to chop trees. The idea is that we're moving objects whilst rotating. Okay, so what we're going to do is bring our feet nice and wide, bend your knees again, and what we're going to do is pick something up from the hip and take it up to the shoulder on the other side. So go from the hip to the shoulder and back down to the hip again. So you're just gently rotating hip to shoulder, diagonal across the body. Good. As you're moving those arms up and down, you can gently rotate your hips just to ease the pressure. And then swap to the other side, so hip, shoulder and hip coming through the other direction. And pause there. Okay, very good. Well done, everyone, with your light object or ball, whatever you were using. Have a drink, and then we'll go to our down and up exercises. So if you have got a mat, you can lay that down on the floor. Okay, so the purpose of what we're doing here is just comfortably getting down on the floor and then back up to standing. Depending on your ability in doing that, obviously go at a speed that's comfortable for you. If you want to do rep after rep, so up and down, that's great, please do, but try and follow the form, even if you can just spring up to standing, try and follow the form in what we're doing. So if you do need support with this as well, you can have a chair to the side. I'll show you that just so for those of you who are needing a bit of assistance. If you do have a chair to the side, you want to make sure it's on your stronger hand side. So if your stronger hand is your right hand, stand with your right hand to the side of your chair. Okay, so what we're going to aim to do here is to come down onto one knee with one leg forwards, and then we come across onto our hip to safely sit down. So the way we're going to do this then is stand with one hand on your chair if you need to, or freestanding, and take one leg back. It can be your right or left, and then gently come down onto your knee. So we've already got to this stage here. So we're going to work on that one for a number of repetitions first of all. So come back up, push to standing, and bring your leg forwards again. Maybe have a go on the other leg as well if you want to. Just get an idea of how that feels both sides. So bring the knee all the way down, push to stand, and leg forwards again. So either keep going on the same side if you know which leg you need back and which leg you need forwards. Otherwise, keep alternating. So plenty of time to get some reps done there. I'll get to 8 and then move us on. That's 5 for me right here. And keep going, everyone. Okay, so staying where we are on that last rep. Okay, so what you want to do, if you're down on one knee, the side with the knee down on the floor, that will be the easiest way to get your bottom down onto the floor, just by coming gently across to the side. So for me, not sure how this looks on screen, whether this looks like my left or right side, but this is my left hand and this is my left leg. So what I'm going to do is gently lean forwards, put my left hand on the floor, and then I can come down onto my left hip and just gently roll over to seated. Okay, and then to reverse, I'd come back to that position and stand. Let me show you that from the right side. So we'd take our lunge backwards, then lean forwards, right hand down on the floor onto my right hip to seated. Okay, so once we're here in our seated position, let's work at coming back round to that standing position. So you're going to come over, bring the left leg round on top, and then shoulders up nice and tall again. Back to this position here where we stood up and stepped forwards. Okay, so that's the full motion through there. Do what you can with that. So we're going to have a good 4 minutes on this now, just working through those. Try it from the left side and the right side if you can. Obviously, if you've got good use of both hands, try the left and right. And there may be the case where you have your left leg down, okay, but maybe quite weak use of your left hand, so you might need to use your right hand, okay, in which case what you'll have to do is bring both legs back, and then you can come down on the right side. Okay, so let's go for this 4 minutes, just working through those variations. I'll talk through those again while you're doing it. Okay, so let's make a start. I'm going to go right side. Okay, so right leg back, knee down on the floor, leaning forwards, right hand on the floor, and bringing my right hip down, leg across, and I'm in a seated position on the floor, and then coming back round, bringing my left foot in front again, shoulders up, hand on the chair, and pushing to stand. And with my left leg, bringing my left leg back, and the knee down, leaning forwards, put my left hand on the floor, and rolling down to my left hip, and round to sit. In a seated position now, rolling back, bringing my right leg forwards, and pushing up, maybe off my left hand or right hand, to standing. Okay, doing alternate hands through these variations now. I'll just give you a moment for those of you who are working with me to catch up if you're slightly behind me. So this time I'm going for right leg back but left hand. Okay, so bringing my right leg back and then bringing my knee down to the floor, my left hand coming inside my knee, and then bringing my left leg back as well to come down on my left side. And then, because my left hand's down, I bring my left leg back round onto both knees and then bring in that left leg forwards, pushing up to stand off the right. Repeating on the left, bringing the left leg back and the knee gently down, bringing the right hand on the inside of my leg, bringing my right leg now back and then down and round onto my bottom. And then coming back round onto both knees, right leg forwards with my right hand, shoulders up and pushing off the left leg to stand. Okay, carry on with that for a couple of minutes, everybody. Well done. And just keep working through those variations. Just get used to the movement as well. Take a bit of a longer rest at the bottom if you need to before coming back up to standing. And just make sure you're doing each one with good form, keeping those shoulders up nice and tall, relying on that chair if you need to push yourself up to standing. Okay, so just go nice and steady, don't do too many as well. Don't want you to get a bit overtired with this one. It is a hard exercise to do. If you think in terms of a functional task, then maybe you might have had a fall, or you might be on the floor doing some exercises, or you might have had to pick something up under the table or something to get yourself on the floor. You'll only have to come back up to standing once. Yeah, so if we're now doing this numerous times, you're obviously working your body a lot more than it would need to actually work if you were just doing this as part of your functional living. Okay, good stuff. So let's give you 30 more seconds and then we'll move on. Okay, well done everyone. Good stuff. Have a drink if you need to have a drink after that hard work. And then we'll do the last part of our session today with some weighted dumbbells or tins, cans, whatever you've got, to just add a little bit of resistance. Okay, so what we're going to be replicating here will be walking with a light load. And the way we're going to do this will be simply holding our weights and going through some various walking patterns. Just put this chair back out the way. Okay, cool. So holding both weights, what we're going to do is some gentle step lunges. So lots of lunges today, I do apologise. So step forwards, bend your knee very gently, it's not too low, and then step through. Bend your knee again, not too low, step through. So do that for a couple or 4 steps, depending on how much space you've got in front of you, and turn around and repeat. So keeping your shoulders up, holding a little bit of load to the sides, just doing some gentle lunges. If you need the extra bit of stability of a step in between, you can do so by doing this. So you lunge and bring yourself up steady, lunge, bring yourself up steady. Okay. That's it, keep it going. Okay, very good. Well done. The next exercise we're going to do, we bringing your weights up a bit higher. So bend your elbows to bring your weights up towards your chest. Okay, and what we're going to do here is a couple of steps and then squat. Okay, so just going to replicate here, walking and then putting down or picking up an object. So a couple of steps and then squat down nicely low, and then again take a couple of steps and then sit your bottom back, try and keep your shoulders up nice and tall, and then come up to standing again, and then turn around, repeat, a couple of steps and sit down, stand up again. That's great, keep it going everybody. Okay, fantastic, well done. Take a short rest again. And then the last exercise we're going to do today will be like a pick up from the floor and then push above the head. So useful if you're going to bring something from the floor onto a shelf or high up above you if needed, raising something above your head. Take your feet slightly wide, hip width roughly. We're going to bring our hands in front. We're going to take the hands over the knees with a nice squat and then stand and raise those arms up all together in one big movement. So down over the knees, stand and press. Good. Well done everyone, keep that going. We'll go for 30 more seconds. And last 10, well done everybody. Last rep. Okay, well done, relax there. Okay, fantastic. Well done for today's session, everybody. And for these 4 functional exercise sessions we've done. So lots to review there and keep going through your past sessions and putting different exercises together that you feel you benefit from most to build yourself a good program. Now, do have a good cool down after today's exercise session. Getting down from the floor up to standing again is quite intense work. So do have a good cool down and make sure you rehydrate and re-energize after the session. I'll look forward to seeing you again for the next session. Bye everybody.